We're a couple minutes late. It was a long night. It's been a long weekend, but it's been a fun weekend. So welcome today. Hopefully you've got some coffee left. Most of you guys were up long before me today, but I was up late last night. It's that Black Rifle coffee. It's not too bad, but I don't know. I just must have something off with it this morning. Try that again. Yeah, a little weak, but that's okay. Well, welcome. So, shout out. Um, there's one that I've mentioned before, and I think it's worth mentioning again, and that is Les Brown. Now, if you guys have not heard of Les Brown, he is a motivational speaker. He has a very motivational story, and he does very well with the way he speaks. But I find that the positive influences of some of these speakers, Dave Ramsey's, things like that, um, even though I can't always do what I should do in a certain situation, and they train your mind to think a certain way, and you'll get in a situation and you kind of revert back to your good old self that's gotten you through all these years, and you realize, boy, that was a big mistake. Um, but that training of your mind is still there. And what's really cool is that in certain times of your life, your mind will automatically kick back to these things that you've heard. And so just recently, uh, we've had a lot of changes here at the house, as I've told you guys. And something clicked with me. Something clicked, and all of a sudden, wow, it's a great time to um, do this and do that and do the other thing. Good morning. How you doing, Pete? 4 in the afternoon. Hey, it's tea time for you, buddy. Well, close to tea time. So anyway, uh, thanks for tuning in. But Les Brown and the things that he teaches, the motivational things that he teaches, really does help me from time to time to be able to fall back on these positive thoughts, these positive actions. And I've been renovating the house this week, which is really nice. I haven't done any renovations in a very long time, but something just kind of clicked. Certain levels of stress have faded right now. And when that happened, I reverted back to what my mind was trained on for so many years. So check out Les Brown and just listen to the motivation, listen to his stories. I'm actually kind of envious. I would love to be part of his group and be somebody that could, go around and do motivational speaking like that. Um, like I say, it's one of the best. He's got some of the best videos on YouTube, in my opinion. So that's Les Brown. Well, Pete, good to see you. What did we do last week on the main show? Oh, it was the submarine. I had this sinking feeling. The submarine. So that was deceptively easy. And when I say deceptively easy, there's not that many parts. You got this half, you got the conning tower, you got about 5 little things you put in the top. You got a couple of the planes on it. That's about it. Oh, and the stand, which, by the way, the little nameplate, I had put it underneath my mat here to try and get it to flatten down. That's why I thought I had thrown it away. I moved my mat, and there it was. So it's now got a mat. It's now got the nameplate on it. Yay. But I gave that to my grandson, and he's off doing his photo shoot this weekend. So I'm anxious to see the pictures and how they turn out. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. The thing that I kind of got out of it was I had run out of my fillers. So Tamiya putty, which I really like, my Squadron White, which I really like, I even have some squadron green around here. Had some squadron green around here somewhere. Couldn't find it anywhere. No idea. I'll tell you, because I've been building these Games Workshop, Warhammer things that actually fit really good. If I have needed anything, Sprue Goo would just take care of it. So I haven't really kept up on keeping my putties in stock. And I get to this submarine, and the halves don't fit quite right. There's a little bit of an overlap. Oh man, what am I going to do? You could give depressing speeches. Yes, Pete, I used to say that my life is a great example of what happens when you don't do it right. Yeah. Well, and sometimes I feel that way too, Pete, but that's why I listen to people like Les Brown and some of these others. And I'll tell you, when I was a supervisor over a department that spanned 35 sites and this entire metropolitan area, it wasn't about my knowledge of how to clean a wall or how to scrub a floor. It wasn't that knowledge at all. It really turned out to be the knowledge of how to deal with people. And that was not something that I had been very good at in the past. I used to say when I was young that I came from the Marine Corps School of Child Rearing. And so I was kind of a stern person when I had any authority, whether it was as a parent or whether it was a supervisor, over a small group. But I learned how important it was to take care of your people, your troops. Some people are born with that, not me. I took forever to learn. But people like Les Brown and other motivational speakers really helped me to be more compassionate, be more realistic with my people, be more transparent with my people, be less of an authoritarian, and be a part of a team. Just happened to be the one that led the team, but still be a part of a team. So I tried to model myself as more of a leader than a boss. And it took a long time, but listening to people like him and others that I would listen to, especially when I was at the gym, it would really help up here, as different things would come up with employees, and deal with them in such a way that the person left feeling valued, instead of, oh man, I've goofed up again and the boss is going to be mad at me. No, we didn't want that. So anyway, I digress back to the submarine. As I put them together, and that front just didn't quite line up. Okay, well, we line up as much as we can, and then we're going to have to scrape some of it with a hobby knife. And then there's still going to be a little bit of a gap, and I don't have any fillers. So what do I do? Oh no. Well, I used my Sprue Goo, which is this bottle right here. This was actual Tamiya glue at one time. And I put in it little cut up pieces of runner. Okay, it's not actually sprue, it's runner. But I get this, consistent goop. And yes, you can tell I used gray runner, so it must be my Games Workshop runner that I'm using. And still smells great, but that's what I'd used. And once the gases, the liquid evaporates, you're left with sprue. Well, plastic. Got in trouble one time for calling it Sprue Goo. It's not sprue, it's styrene. Anyway. Ooh, that smells great. Love the smell of Tamiya glue in the morning, I'll tell you. So I used some of that because it's all I really had. And I've used it before to fill in, some small divots and things. Then when you put the two tail pieces together, of course, oh, look at this nasty, terrible gap. Same thing, put the Sprue Goo on. I did have to let it dry. That was the one downside, is that you put it on today, you take it off tomorrow, but it filled things in great. And again, it's plastic, so it did a great job. It sanded well, and when I say sanded well, it was like 400 grit. Aha, weld beads on the Mustang 2 roll cage. Yeah, no, that's see, a lot of things, Pete. A lot of things you can use that for. And Pete, I don't recall if I've seen you actually use that on camera or mention that. I just don't recall seeing it. But anyway, it's great stuff. I use it for a lot of different things. And sometimes when I need to make sure I fill a gap as it's going on, it works out really good. So anyway, the submarine is done and it's out of here, and he's taking pictures with it. So yay for me. Hey, Chris, how are you, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well down there. Chris, I was going to ask you, what part of Australia are you in? You'd think I'd know this, but that's a pretty big place down there. So I was just curious, because I've been reading up, I guess, not really studying deeply, but reading up a bit on where you live down there. And during World War II, my uncle actually visited for a while. So okay, so you're in Perth. Okay, you're in the western part. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Anyway, my uncle actually went down there, and ancient family secret, he was engaged to a gal, real pretty gal, that was here. And when he went overseas with the 1st Cavalry Division, one of the stops somewhere along the line was there in Australia. And he had met a young lady and was actually going to go back and marry her, type of thing. He and my dad were best friends because my dad's brother-in-law, and they got to see each other in the military a few times. And yeah, he was going to go back and marry this girl, but apparently things didn't work out. So he came home and married his sweetheart, and the rest is history. So anyway, just that part of the West and South Pacific area, of course, is very important to me, with all the history from World War II. So anyway, what did we do? Oh, we did the little dudes. Yeah, these Warhammer dudes. So hopefully you guys got something out of the C3PO armor. A lot of different guys out there do this gold in a lot of different ways. I still have not seen anybody else do a figure with Molotov and this concoction, this Liquitex concoction. I don't know. Would this be considered non-metallic metal? Because it's not a metallic metal. I mean, there is the chrome under there, but anyway, I hope you guys got something out of that. It was a fun thing to try, to just see if, when I knew it would work, but just to see how that would look. And that C3PO look is like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Anyway, what was I going to tell you guys about? Chris, I'm going to be sending you some pictures of this latest purchase I got. Here's the box. I found a new gaming store locally that is just amazing store. But they had these. Now, I know they're Age of Sigmar, but they're these really cool hero bases. And I'll send you pictures of what I did with them. We'll actually have a show on them here before too. too long. Dropped something. This week on the Kit Hoarder Stash, we're going to be looking at an LVT that I picked up on a sale at Kit Links recently. Now, it's I've got a couple of different ones, like a Talieri, the one that's got the M8 turret on it. But this one, it's an early version of an LVT. It's got like 3 different gun shields. And this is from, I can't remember who it's from. One of the major manufacturers anyway. If I could find the box here, but I don't know where its box is here somewhere. Anyway, that's what we're going to do this Thursday on the Kit Hoarder Stash. For the main show tomorrow, I'm trying to finish up a local piece on some schools. So the Echoes from the Chalkboard series. I know for you guys that are farther away, it's just cool architecture. For the local folks, it's kind of nostalgic, historic for this particular area. But anyway, I've been working on this piece and going to put it out tomorrow. Okay, so that's what the plan is. Let's hope it works out okay. AFV Club, thanks, Pete. AFV Club. It's really a neat piece. I picked it up for like $30 on this sale, so it was a good deal for me. Well, and I got it on store credit because I work at that. I work that monthly open warehouse for my friend, and that gives me some good credit, so I can get some fun things. So I think as the morning goes on, the coffee gets better. Let's see. Oh, this week. I was going to tell you guys about this week. Oh, boy, where to start? It's been a busy one, and it's been a fun week. So our weather here, we are pretty much in the 80s all week long. It's been good weather, good summer weather, not much in the way of breeze. So it's been nice. But the mental change I was telling you guys about, just the change in the amount of dogs that are here, which dogs are here, and the people that have moved along from here has changed the dynamic a lot. And all of a sudden, my mind, I don't know, kind of reverted back to I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity. So one of them is I renovated one of the bedrooms, got it all repainted, fixed up, and really nice. I was pretty happy about that. I haven't done anything like that in years. There's another empty bedroom now that my son's got to get a few things out. Once he does that, my plan is to get this room renovated and repaired and back for use. But I want to use it as an office. And what that's going to do is all this stuff here that I had in my office downstairs that I kind of had to, leave behind. I'm going to be able to put this back up and put this away. So this huge mess that's behind me, hopefully by the first part of July will be gone. Hopefully I'll be able to get, things moved in okay and make it a fun little spot for the grandkids and for me to be able to build in the house when it gets in the hundreds out here. Swamp cooler is okay, but when it gets in the hundreds out here, it's still hot. So hopefully things go well there. This week, like I said, I was doing a lot of the repairs and renovations. I put the nameplate on the sub. I got that far. I bought these bases and I got them decorated, and I got my my iron snakes on them. I'll just show you one. So yeah, here's one of these really cool bases. But as far as model building, that's all I was able to get to. Now, I do have a plan for something really neat, and this is kind of up your alley, Pete. I had seen something on, I think it was on Facebook, because I got a bunch of weird feeds. And I got this one really cool video, and it's of a hearse you know, that they haul your carcass off in when you die. Yeah, a hearse. Um, but it's all jacked up in back, big old meats on the back. And on the front, basically take a grill in the front, which is really interesting, with the radiator. Got this blown engine with these big old zoomy headers coming. It is so cool. And my friend Mark says, "Hey, I have a challenge for you if you choose to accept it." I said, "What's that?" He says, "You know that video you posted?" "Yeah, yeah." "You thought of building that?" I'm like, "No." "Well, it turns out I still have an Ecto 1 chassis here somewhere. So I can't start on it until I get this taken care of because it's in there somewhere. But there's definitely some modifications that'll have to take place. But thinking about how this thing's going to turn out, I was thinking of turning that ambulance body into a funny car anyway. But this would work. This hot rod version of it would definitely work. So that's something that I'm really excited to get going on sooner than later. We'll see when I'm actually able to fight to it. I do have a couple of car projects that I do need to get finished up. So there's some car projects in the near future coming up. There's that Cobra 2, the Monroe Maddog one. There's the A-Team. Looks like we're having it there. Somehow we blanked out for a minute. I apologize. Must be my internet service. So yeah, we've got some car projects coming up, but nothing here right now. So be patient, guys, because I've got, like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. Now that people have left and vacated, I'm trying to get rooms done so that we can use them for different things. And yard work. It took me a couple hours to just pull weeds in my flower garden the other day. I'm slow at everything, but the point being is it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good around here. I'm supposed to be getting some sod this week. Hopefully that shows up to fill in some of these areas that the dogs destroyed. So it's a slow process, but we're trying to get things looking better over here. Got to work on my Mustang. So the Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. A pickup would be really cool, Pete. That would actually be really neat. Don't know what we'd call it. Let's see. You had the El Camino. You had the Ranchero. What could we call that? I have to think of something. That would be like the Cadillac Diablo. Diablo kind of goes like with Ranchero and El Camino. Maybe, I don't know. But that would be a cool one to do. It really would. A lot of these custom jobs are fun, but they do take time. You know that. Anyway, El Dorado. There you go. There you go. The El Dorado. Yeah, but they already had an El Dorado. That's why I like the Diablo better. Cadillacs. Wow. Big, huge engines and monstrous bodies. But you could do a burnout in one real easy. You sit there at a light with that freaking big land yacht, power brake it, and just tires go up in smoke. Oh, goodness. I digress, but I used to have a Lincoln Continental. It was like a 73. And it had the 4 doors, big freaking boat, 460 motor. But yeah, that's what I could do. I could sit there at a light with this luxury car. Remember one time racing a Trans Am off of a light with it, and actually beat him across the intersection pretty easily. But then you also had to stop the damn thing. And when you weigh about 15 tons, you don't stop so quick. Yeah. Wow. Glad those days are gone. Those big dinosaur cars. I mean, they were nice. They were luxurious. They were quiet. But man, you'd try to steer them at a decent speed, and they tend to dig in. Oh, never mind. Just terrible to drive. cool to look at, terrible to drive. So, um, speaking of the Mustang, so no, I haven't done anything on the Mustang yet. Just haven't financially been in the place to really focus on that right now. This whole year, I have not been in a place where I could focus on it. My Mustang, the 2010, it got hit a few weeks back, Mother's Day, that idiot that. Oh yeah, anything that Jaguar puts out is absolutely amazing. So yeah, a lot better than a Cadillac. The weight distribution in a Cadillac just isn't good. But Jags are way cool. Only thing I think I'd like more than a Jag though is honestly an Aston Martin. Just would love to have an old, the old what was it, DB3, DB5, something like that. The older ones. Wow, that'd be so cool. Anyway, but new ones look nice too. I just would never have the millions I would need to get something. But my experience with British cars has been very good. Just for the record, my MG, believe it or not, I could fit in that thing, that little GT with the fastback. I could fit in that thing. Yeah, too much money, that's for dang sure. But I've seen a few actually of those little MGB GTs for sale around here in the last few years. But they're definitely going up in price. Fun little car, man. That thing was lightweight and it would handle. It would turn on a rail. Just wow, amazing vehicle. But crappy heater. I live in Utah, and having a good heater in the wintertime is important. Is there another car company over there in England that can actually make a car with a good heater? I don't know, because those MGs sure didn't have them. Well, anyway, by the way, Pete, my daughters, I have 3 daughters. Just thought I better give you a warning. Now, I know they're not coming directly to your neighborhood, but they're my kids. They're brewers. I thought I better give you a fair warning. Give all of England fair warning. They're on their way to Scotland, but they're going to be in your fair territory for a couple of days coming up starting next week. So yay for my girls. They've saved for this, and I'll be watching one of the kids the whole time they're gone, which is great. Finley and I have a great time together, but I thought I better give you fair warning, Pete. Thank God. Thank God they won't be driving over there. Okay. So you're fortunate there. You don't have to worry about that part. But anyway, I forgot where exactly I was at. No. They should have a great time. The last time my one daughter was there, she had a great time. And they're going to really enjoy Scotland too. So that was something I'm glad they're able to do, while they're young. I never got to travel abroad when I was young. I jumped a few broads when I was young, but but I never got to travel abroad. So anyway, with the Mustang, my insurance company says after I got an estimate, the estimate comes in at $4,100, which is ridiculous. I'm figuring it's going to be $1,500 max for the scratches, the one dent that's about this big, and then kind of there is a little crease in one area, but doesn't hurt any of the stripes. Nothing. I mean, nothing's like that. The bumper cover is scratched, but does not need to be replaced. Nothing's loose. Oh yeah, I've flown over lots of oceans, and I've definitely been to the Pacific and to the Atlantic, and definitely have seen the Caribbean. And yeah, funny, by the way, the Pacific really is bluer and prettier than the Atlantic. Been there, done that, seen it. Yeah. except for when you get down to like Aruba, and the waters around Aruba are just, wow, beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful. I recommend Aruba to any of you guys. They're way cool. Plus, they've got some hot rods there. Who knew, you know? With the Mustang, it comes in at $4,100. The insurance company informs me, well, your uninsured is only $3,500. Oh, okay. Really? So I guess it's a good thing they didn't hit me somewhere else to do more damage, huh? Then we wouldn't be doing any of this. And then she also informs me you've got a 200. Oh, Aruba. It's in the Caribbean. It's in the Caribbean. Beautiful place, Pete. When I was there, I counted. I was only there for a day or so, or a day. Maybe it was just a day. We made the stop and left at night. But there was a place named Carlos and Charlie's, which was a Mexican restaurant. But this little dude would go around with a little donkey prop on him and a sombrero. And on the, like, every 15 minutes, they'd play the song Jose Cuervo, and he'd come around with a fifth and give little shots in your mouth. Just open up like a bird, and he'd come along, give you a shot. It was awesome. It's a fun place, good food. But I counted like, what was it, 12 or 15 Mustangs, old Mustangs. Most of them pretty rusty, but yeah, over in Aruba. I'm like, wow. Guess the Mustang was a popular car to sell here or bring here or whatever, but that was kind of a fun thing. Check it out online, Pete. It's absolutely beautiful, but pictures can't show you that beautiful water. It's just absolutely amazing. So it's an amazing place. They tell me it's going to be a $250 deductible, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. My car gets hit by an uninsured person, and you're telling me that I got to pay $250 just to get the ball rolling, and anything over $3,500 I've got to cover as well. So I'm doing the math. That's like $900 I got to cover. I'm like, no, there's no way. There's not $900 worth of damage here, first of all. And you guys want $900 to, hell no, I'm not doing this. So I've been bad-mouthing my insurance company because Bear River absolutely sucks. I'm sure they all suck. In fact, I think insurance next to our healthcare system here in America is the biggest scam that's out there. And I'll leave it at that. But needless to say, I thought for $250 for that deductible, I can fix it for half that. Yes, it's going to take me a day to do it, but I can fix it for a lot less. So I was going to start yesterday. Some things came up. I'll have to move it off for a week or two, but I'm going to be doing the body work on the Mustang. Might even bring you guys with and just show you, my old school way of doing things that I've done for so many years. The reason I wanted to take it to a body shop is I wanted them to do the paint match and make that really good, because my ability to make it a factory finish, I'm not real confident in. I mean, I can paint a car, but painting a panel to match the factory finish, yeah, that's so we'll see how it turns out. But anyway, I've got that coming up this week, or maybe next week. I'll be working on that. As far as what I'm going to be working on the bench, like I said, I've got some car models here I want to work on. I still don't have my F-250, which kind of irritates me. I ordered it a couple weeks ago from Kit Links. It says, 7 to 10 days, available. It could be that the distributor doesn't have them. It could be the manufacturer's behind because of, the initial run just, blew out and they don't have the replacements yet. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that one because that's what I can build my original 72 with is that particular kit. So I'm looking forward to getting that when it comes, and we'll do a review on it. And I think I still have the Imran paint. I think I still have some of that. I'll have to look. But I should still have the paint that I used on it. So if I don't, that's going to be a tough color because it was a tough color. It was a custom color, and it's going to be tough to match. So we'll see what we can do. All right, guys. Well, I've left you here long enough, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed this morning coffee. Like I said, I'm going to do my best to get this Old Schools out tomorrow. If I don't have it out early in the morning, it might be a little later in the morning, but I'll get it out. Just thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do. I haven't done one in a while. And like I said, I've had so much going on here this week that's non-model related, that's non-channel related, that's, trying to get things back into a real good living condition here. So, but it's been nice. The last few days have been wonderful, peaceful. Last night, thanks, Pete. I appreciate that, buddy. Last night I took my girls, my grandgirls, and we took the Blazer out to one of my son's houses. He's got a nice pool, above ground pool. Had a wonderful barbecue. Had some chili along with it. Oh man, it was so good. Chili and cornbread. Oh, and then we had a movie in the backyard. He's got a big inflatable screen, and he's got a big enough backyard. We were all able to gather. There's about 30 of us, and watch a movie last night. So that's why it was so late. By the time the sun goes down at 9-ish or so, you start the movie by say 9:30, but you're still 11 o'clock at night before you can clean up, and then there's the about 40-minute drive home from there. So it was a late night last night, but it was awfully fun. I'm hoping to have a very fun summer with these grandkids, make it memorable for them. That's what my goal is this year, is Grandpa's to try and have a nice, memorable summer. So some of these things are going to wait just a little bit. So, all right, you guys, thank you for joining today. I really appreciate it. Pete, it's good to see you, man. Chris, it's always nice to hear from you. Like I said, I'm going to send you some pictures of some of this fun stuff, because I know you'll groove on it. And I like doing that for you guys. Since I don't have a Patreon, it's like, send you guys a little bit something extra. So everybody else, thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the channel, and have the rest of a good weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for an Old School of Salt Lake City. Take care, you guys. Oops, something happened there. Something really weird. Okay, here we go. Okay. There we go. Take care.